After watching this video, you might never look at the world the same again. For better or for worse, I'll let you decide, but I have warned you. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Everyone will forget you. There will come a day when everyone who has seen your face, heard your voice, knew that you even existed, will be dead. And so sooner or later, everything that you did will be forgotten to history and will disappear from the minds of mankind for eternity. And in a way, this is very freeing because it means that because everyone will forget you, there is no reason to try to please them with your actions. And so you can forget them now and forget their opinions now. And so the wise quote goes like this: if you knew how quickly people would forget you once you die, you wouldn't try to please anyone but God. Law number 2. Asking questions is not a sign of stupidity, but of intellect. You see, many people who are fools will stay silent and not ask questions, because when you ask a question, it shows to everyone around you that you lack some knowledge, you lack some information. And so many fools and stupid people are too scared of looking a fool, so that they will never ask questions. They will always stay silent and just act like they know everything. But the truly wise person, an intelligent person, asks questions, even though it makes them look like a fool for a moment. It is only through that process of asking questions, understanding and accepting that you don't know everything, that you can then start to search for real answers and build through wisdom. And let me tell you, nothing new was ever invented or discovered without first asking a foolish question. Law number 3. Never close all options. The person who is willing to walk away from the table holds all the power. Whether it be in business or in relationships, the person who is willing to walk away holds all the negotiating power, and so you should never close all other options. You should always have other options open, because that means that you will not become a slave to whoever you're negotiating with, because then you have the option of walking away if they do a bad deal and if they break your limits. Now, this doesn't mean that you cannot be loyal to your business partners and your relationships and so on. It simply means that you have to have clear limits, and if those limits are broken, you have to have the balls to walk away. And you should be prepared for if people betray you, and you should be prepared for if people break your limits, because then it won't come as a surprise, but it will be something that you are prepared for. Also, people seeing that you have other options will respect and value that relationship with you that much more, because they understand that you are choosing this relationship instead of being forced into it because you have a lack of options. The 4th law is that someone being incapable of evil does not make them virtues. Real virtue comes from having strength and the potential to do something evil and something dangerous, and only then can you be virtuous. You can even ask questions like, how can a man with no arms say that he is virtuous for not punching you? How can someone say that they're virtuous for being loyal when no one else would accept them? The answer is they cannot say that. There is nothing virtuous about that. But you see, many people pretend to be virtuous. They put on this mask of virtue. Oh, I am so virtuous, I don't do these evil things. But in reality, they are simply weak and incapable of the evil which they want to commit. And so, when you are judging people's virtue, judge it based upon the capability of evil that they have and how strong they are. Because if they are worthless and weak, like the worms crawling in the dirt, that means that there is no virtue. Because they are incapable of evil. And then if they were to ever have the capability for evil, that is only when you can judge these people on how virtuous or moral these people actually are. And so remember that. Just because someone doesn't do evil doesn't mean that they're virtuous. They could be just weak. The fifth law is that time is the only thing that you can't get back. It is the only thing that is finite. And therefore, you should value it above everything. And so, when you look at your own life, and I think everyone has experienced this to at least some degree, people come and go. Your friend circle evolves and changes even completely as you grow older. People can come and go, relationships start and end, and that's fine, and life goes on, and nobody even thinks that much about it. We just keep living. But what that means is that if you are in a bad situation where somebody is wasting your time, where somebody is not valuing your time, and they may be doing things that you wouldn't want them to do, sacrifice them. Let them go. Because people are replaceable. Your time is not. And so value your time above everything else. Even though it's cold, even though it's harsh, that's the reality. Everything else can be replaced except your time on this planet. So value it accordingly. The sixth law is ego is good. You need ego to achieve anything big and great, because otherwise you let other people take the glory. And like it or not, the world that we exist in is extremely competitive. Everything that you want, someone else wants. From money, the career that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the people that you want around you. If there is someone who's a really good person and you want to be friends with them, well, most likely other people see that as well and want to be friends with them also. So all the things that you want, most people also want. And that means that you have to outcompete them to get those things. And that requires a bit of ego. That saying that, hey, I want that and I'm gonna go get it. And usually that means that someone else can't get it. And you simply have to have enough of an ego to say, the ground under my feet is mine and no one else's. And if you can't do that, you won't get the things that you want. And of course, having an ego does not mean foolish arrogance. But what it means is valuing yourself. And one of the greatest quotes that I have heard in my life is, why seek validation from a world that crucified a perfect man? Why? So live only for yourself and God, even if that requires that other people dislike you. Law number 7. You deserve nothing. Many people and a lot of people always say, oh, we deserve, happiness or love or success or satisfaction or whatever. But the reality is that we deserve nothing. The universe doesn't care, and God only judges us once we are dead. And so we truly deserve nothing in this life. But that's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing because it means that we can be grateful for everything that we have right now because none of it was a guarantee. The only guarantee of life is death. And so in between birth and death, anything that you get, anything that you have, any experience that you have, you should be grateful for because none of it was a guarantee. And so yes, no matter how depressing it might sound, life is a journey of suffering to many degrees. But what else is there to do in life except to keep crawling on the broken glass until you bleed dry? And finally, the last law, the eighth law of life that you need to hear and nobody wants to admit is that no one is coming to save you. You can simply ask, did anyone wake you up this morning and force you to go to the gym to work out? Did anyone wake you up this morning and make you, work on your business or study on your studies? Probably not. It seems that no one cares enough about you to dedicate their lives to making your dreams a reality. And it makes sense. I mean, how many people's dreams have you gone out and made into reality? How many times have you dedicated your life to making other people's dreams come true? You probably haven't. And so other people are just like you. They want to dedicate their lives to your dreams. And what that means is that no one is coming to do it for you. No one is coming to save you. So you have to do it alone. So stay disciplined, chase your dreams, and have a fantastic day.